Hey guys, Huzzy here bringing you another video. So welcome back to another episode of Would You Rather. I believe this is episode 2. I did an episode a few weeks ago and I said if this video got, I think it was over 500 likes, I'd do another one eventually. Obviously this is a League of Legends channel mainly, but when, say like IEM is on this weekend, I don't really have any time to record, so I'm watching that. So I thought I'd just quickly do one of these videos because you guys seem to enjoy it. And I will say again, if this video gets over 500 likes, then I'll do another one in some time. But let's begin. If you don't understand the premise of the game, you'll pick it up very quickly. I'm giving a situation, and I've just got to pick one of the answers. So let's go. Would you rather eat Lay's potato chips or eat Pringles? So I am from the mighty Great Britain, and we don't really have Lay's potato chips. You know, I know they're American. I have had them before. I've been to America quite a bit. But it's going to be Pringles, you know, sour cream and onion Pringles. They're the best. And 68% of people agree with me. So yeah, this is basically just for a bit of fun. You know, it's not taken as crazy serious. It's meant to be thought-provoking. And, you know, you can start a conversation from these answers. Would you rather have love and lost, or have loved and lost, or never loved at all? Oof. So both I actually would say involve pain, because, you know, if you have loved somebody and lost them, then I imagine that's a lot of pain. Well, it is a lot of pain. Or if you've never loved at all, then I imagine you just have pain, like, because I guess you're lonely. Some people won't be, but I would probably be. If I go through my whole life never loving people, or, you know, I think I'd be in a bit of pain. So I'm going to say have loved and lost, because the time that I have loved that person, I probably had a lot of good times with them. So yeah, and loss is part of life. You know, sometimes you just got to kind of go with it. So yeah, 73% of people agree with me in that situation. Next one is, would you rather be Rosa Parks or be Harriet Tubman? I'll be honest, I don't know who Harriet Tubman is, and it does say underneath it, Google if you don't know. Harriet Tubman. Maybe it's like an American thing. Oh no, okay. So Harriet Tubman was an African American humanitarian during the Civil World War. So basically she was like a Rosa Parks of her own time, I imagine. She was born a slave and everything like that. Damn. I'm honestly probably going to go with Rosa Parks. You know, she was the woman that did not give her seat up in the bus. I think that's... Both are amazing, powerful messages, but I just know Rosa Parks more. I did her in history myself, so I'll go Rosa Parks. 60% of people agree with me. But yeah, both amazing women in their own right, so that's awesome. Next one is, would you rather always know when people are lying or always get away with lying? It says underneath, you will never be caught for telling a lie. That's a bit weird. So what, I go up to someone and say I'm the President of the United States and then they have to believe me? There is no alternate, so they actually think I'm the President? That does have its benefits. You know, you're in a store, you go to buy something and go, and, you know, you don't give them any money and go, no, I did give you the money. And then they'll have to believe you. Always know when people are lying. Both have massive benefits. If you always know when people are lying, you can kind of use that to your own advantage to kind of worm away through life, just kind of dodging and weaving the lies or using them to your own advantage. Where if you always get away with lying, it's scumbag, but I think you'd get way further. You know, you could become a billionaire in the first day. You go into a bank and go, I did have £1 billion in my bank account, but it's suddenly gone. Can you put it back? And they'd have to believe you because nobody, you know, they can't tell if you're lying. They just have to know it's truth. That's the way I'm taking it anyway. So we'll go with that. So 43% of people agree with me. Next one is, would you rather change your religion or change your political party? Oh, 3 things you do not talk about on the internet. Religion, politics, and cars. Oh, okay, so this is a series that you guys do get to know me a little bit more. So I will be completely open, okay? So in the comment section, I'm expecting some people to go mad. But my religion, I'm an atheist. That's just what I am. I can't help it. I'd love to be religious. Because I think it's a great thing that can kind of get you through hard times, but my brain doesn't work that way. I just can't. Or would I rather change my political party? People can probably guess what political party I am. I'm Cambridge. I live in Cambridge. You can kind of tell my background is an okay background. Let's just say that. I'm a conservative. I'm going to probably say change my religion because, yeah, I'm an atheist, but if my brain worked in the way that I did believe in heaven, I think that's a good thing. Yes, there's a lot of radical religious people. Hopefully I would not turn into one of those. But I think it just has benefits. In hard times and everything like that, it can kind of comfort you. Trust me, being an atheist is not what it's cracked up to be. Sometimes you do kind of think, what's the point in all this? Because you're an atheist. You know, when you're religious, you're like, hey, I can go to heaven. You know, that is an end. Where me... the dark abyss is kind of what is awaiting me. So I'll go with change my religion. A lot of people actually disagree. 66% of people go with change your political party. Let's continue. Would you rather only use a Windows ME for the rest of your life or only use a 16-inch CRT monitor? Oh my god. So CRT monitors, if you don't know what they are, they're basically the original monitors. The ones that, like, right, if you're kind of young or anything, I don't imagine you'd remember TVs. They used to have massive backs. So you had the front of the screen, and right now they're all flat screen TVs. They're very thin. Back in the even when I was growing up, every single TV had like at least that much at the back of the TV after the screen. That was all the mechanics. That's the same thing with one of these monitors, and it's only 16 inches. Windows ME, like, I guess, you know, if I have to use an old OS, then so much software is not going to be compatible with it, where a monitor is just a monitor, surely. You're not going to have an amazing visual experience, but at least you can actually do stuff. So I'm going to go with the monitor, because that would just cripple you too much. Having an old OS, you won't be able to use any technology or any new software. Would you rather be able to run at 40 miles per hour or own a car? And it does say if you pick running, you can never own or rent a car. So instantly, if you go with running, you know, there's no rule against here. You could become a proper athlete and just win every single gold medal against Usain Bolt. So that is an option. You know, you could just become an amazing athlete, but then not having a car. In modern day society, you know, right now I ride a bike. I am planning to get myself a car this year. I've put it off for a couple of years because I live in the middle of a city. You know, it's not that useful. But, you know, with me, my future, potentially jobs, moving out, I do need to get myself a car. And I am a massive car person. You know, my dad's a massive car person. I'm a massive car person. My granddad's a massive car person. So I'm going to go with own a car. I just think it's a lot more useful in modern day. A lot of people disagree, but, you know, I just prefer it. You know, imagine if you are on a date. You know, I'll meet you there, I'll run. You run next to me, or you drive next to me. I guess you could get in, but it's a bit weird for me. Next one is, would you rather be able to speak every language in the world fluently, or be the best in the world in one category of your choosing? Ooh, that's a pretty good question. So if you can, like, I'm somebody that loves to travel. I've already traveled a fair amount in my lifetime. I'm very lucky in that already, but I am wanting to travel more. So whenever I have traveled, there is a language barrier there, but I'm going to be completely honest. That is part of why I like traveling. When I'm in a restaurant in Rome, I'm speaking to the waiter, and there's a little bit of a language barrier, but that actually feels good. It makes me actually feel that I'm away. And if I can speak every language fluently, it's just because it's like I'm not traveling, if I know what I mean. I think the language barrier is part of traveling. I think getting lost is part of traveling, and I don't think you'll have those things if you can just speak the language fluently, because you'll be able to read all the signposts, you'll be able to speak to anybody you want, and I think it loses a bit of the charm of traveling. So I'm going to go with be the best in the world, choosing one category. I could pick League of Legends. I could be better than Faker. That is a possibility. So yeah, we'll go with that. We'll do a bit of a funny one. I will pick League of Legends as my best category, and I'll be the best in the world. And so suddenly I'm now the best player of League. There you go. Next question. Would you rather have Morgan Freeman narrate your life or have Chuck Norris narrate your life? Okay, Chuck Norris, there's no shadow of doubt, is an amazing man. What was he? Was he judo or taekwondo or something like that, or kickboxing? I can't remember. Amazing fighter. You know, he starred in his own movies. Great guy. You know, you don't mess with Chuck Norris, but he doesn't have a majestic voice like Morgan Freeman does. Morgan Freeman is the man, the legend. So we're gonna go with Morgan Freeman. Just a better voice. You know, sure. If this was be a fighting coach, then sure, I'll pick Chuck Norris. But no. Next one is, oh god. If you were at the end of the world, would you rather throw yourself in lava, or at lava, drown yourself in the tsunami? Okay, so, right. Would I rather basically, what I'm thinking here is lava. Because apparently, like, the two worst ways to go, apparently, is drowning and burning alive. Apparently, they kind of, in a weird way, feel similar. Because normally when you get burnt alive, you actually don't die to the flames, you die to the smoke inhalation and actually you suffocate from the smoke, which is very similar to drowning. But that's not being burnt alive, it's throwing yourself in lava, which you'll pretty much just go poof. Where drowning apparently is still awful. So I'm going to go with lava because I think it'll be more instant. And if I'm dead, I'd rather just have it, like, done. Next question. Sometimes these questions do get a bit morbid, so I apologise for that. Would I rather live in a treehouse or live in a floating boathouse? I'd probably go treehouse. Tarzan is one of my favourite movies of all time. I'm going to go with treehouse. Pretty cool. Like, it says in the thing, assume that neither is a bad place to live and you'd probably have a difficult time getting the mail. I think it's a lot easier to get internet and electric and gas and all that stuff into a treehouse than it is a boathouse. You know, in a boathouse you'll probably have to, like, have them gas canisters that you kind of change all the time. Where I could probably run up lines on the trunk of the tree and have electric and all that stuff regularly. So, treehouse it is. Right, we're going to do two more. Would I rather be an excellent singer or be a superb writer? Either would be emotionally stirring. Okay, so be an excellent singer. Obviously, there are many excellent singers that never actually make it into show business. So that's not a guarantee, nor is, I guess, being a superb writer. What would I be, though? I'm a pretty decent writer right now when I actually try. Most of the time on Twitter and stuff, I always miss grammar or that type of thing because I'm not really paying attention. But when I'm actually sitting down doing work, I'm actually pretty decent at writing. But singing, I think, is just more universal. I think it can be respected. I want to say that because I've read books, you know, Canterbury Tales, all this stuff. They're very old literature and they're amazing. Shakespeare, you know, for God's sake. So both, God, that's actually a very difficult question. If we just say if you're the best or if you're amazing at either of these categories, what's remembered more? I'd actually probably say being a writer is more rememberable than a singer. You know, we remember, you know, Shakespeare, Twain, and all these authors. Will we remember? Will we remember Michael Jackson in 100, 200, 300 years? Maybe. But not a guarantee, where I think the writers will still be around. So I'm going to go with writing. I just think it's more... you put more of a stamp on history, I think, with amazing writing. And we're going to go with the last question here is... Would you rather eat nothing but ketchup for a week or eat nothing but mustard for a week? And it also says your choice of mustard style. So you can go with French mustard, American style mustard, anything like that. Or assume you wouldn't die from malnourishment. Okay, ketchup. I love ketchup. You know, I have ketchup pretty much with every meal that is good with. But it's awful on its own. It's way too sweet. It's just awful by itself. Where mustard, I am a fan of mustard, usually on hot dogs. I think it's less harsh. There was a tip, just as a quick sidetrack. When I was a baby... I think I was like 3 years old, 4 years old, and I was still using a pacifier, a dummy. My mum wanted me to stop doing that because it can make your teeth a little bit bucked, so then you'll have to have braces if you continue doing it. So she wanted to get me off using it. So what she used to do on the little, I guess, the teat of the pacifier or dummy, she used to put mustard. So whenever I put it in my mouth, as a baby or a toddler, I hated mustard. So as soon as I tasted it, spat it out of my mouth, and then I just didn't want the dummy again. In literally about a week, apparently, I just quit having a dummy. It's like smoking. That's kind of weird. But nowadays, I love mustard. I love, I think it's, is it American style mustard? I can't exactly remember. I think it's American. It's the one you put on hot dogs. I'm going to go with mustard because I just think it's less harsh than ketchup. So many people disagree with me though. 80% of people want ketchup, 20% of people want mustard. But that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Again, if you want to put your comments about any of the stuff I answered today, feel free. You know, this is what it's about. You know, it's not entirely serious. It's just to be a little bit of fun, thought-provoking, if anything. So again, if you want another episode of this, about 500 likes and I'll do another one. I don't know when. Basically, whenever I can't make a League video, I'll potentially make one of these. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Throw that like on it. Subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you guys next time. See you.